That's a lot to pay attention to, man. A lot to pay attention to. A lot going on in the portal. You just gotta stay tuned, huh? Heavy, man. Early. Shout out Bama boy in the building. If you in the chat, like it up. Will Mac risk another year not starting when he can transfer and be the guy immediately? That's the big question, right, Bama boy? That's the big question. We're gonna get into it, man. Don't worry about it. But see, you got Ty Simpson entered the draft, which I think was a bad move on his part. He'll probably be a second rounder, third rounder, et cetera, et cetera. But he's not getting no first round grade or no first top 10 grade. I guarantee that. And I stand on that 10 toes down. He was too inefficient later in the season. He folded under pressure later in the season too many times. At times, he looked very rattled. I even did videos comparing him to Kirk Cousins. So at the end of the day, with Ty Simpson gone, I don't think Austin Mack will hit the portal now, bro. I think Austin Mack will remain and Keelan Russell will remain, and they will end up battling out for that number one spot quickly and swiftly, hands down, man down. May the best man win. I repeat, may the best man win. But let's go ahead and get into this Isaiah Horton situation, man. Now, we all know Isaiah Horton had a pretty solid season with Bama. I would have loved to see him come back. He gave Bama different options, a different weapon, a bigger body. That Bama, you know, a taller receiver that Bama hasn't really had for a while. He's, what is he, 6'4", 200 something pounds. He made some nice plays this year. You know, was an extra bigger weapon for Ty, a bigger body, a bigger target. So you want that on your team, on your roster. So they need to do something. If it's not Cam Coleman who replaces him, it needs to be another player who replaces him, hands down, man down. I don't know what receivers they may have in mind. Like I say, Cam Coleman is supposed to be coming to visit this weekend. Those are the speculations, though. That is the news. That is the rumors. You know, if you got the 411, if you got the scoop, let me know, man. Fire the chat up early. But if Cam Coleman comes in, boom, cool. Isaiah Horton, let him go. But it is definitely shocking news, man. No one expected this. I'm pretty sure. I know we Bama fans didn't expect it. Like I said, we don't know what's going on in the inside. Did Bama want him gone? You know, did they not want to pay him a certain amount of money? Or are they really in play for a receiver of Cam Coleman's caliber? Now, people are saying Cam Coleman won about $4 million. That's a lot of guapino, a lot of federale, linguine, baby fettuccine, right? For a receiver, for real. I mean, let me know if you agree, dog. Now, is it $4 million Cam Coleman wants, or is it more close to $2 million? See, it's a lot of numbers being thrown out there, right? Why? Because a lot of people got different opinions. So that's what's going to happen during this time, man. Especially this hectic time of the portal, huh? In the portal, players on the move. Bama done lost the whole list of players to the portal, dog. So a lot of people going to say this. A lot of people going to say that. You know, but until Cam Coleman is signed and delivered, and the ink is sealed and dealed, it don't matter what nobody say, bro. It's all just opinion, huh? Early, baby. Heavy. You hear me? Early, dog. No cap. But Isaiah Horton, if he is not replaced, could be a major loss. Now, Bama still has talent. Definitely has talent in the receiver room. We're going to break down the whole Bama roster, right? Yeah. You got Lord Sear Brooks, still remains. Ron Williams, right, still remains. You got young freshmen coming in. Sadarian Morgan still remains. So they have players who can potentially contribute. But if it was any way possible, you would want to see a player like Isaiah Horton stay and play at Bama. I just liked him because he was a bigger body, 6'4", 200 pounds. He gives you more options, especially in the red zone, right? Right. But at the end of the day, if Bama has different plans, they may have different plans, and they may have just let him walk. That's just what it is, bro. Like I say, this is the realm of college football now. This is the state of college football now, and Bama has to play ball. Play fair ball, but play ball. And if you can get some extra help, some extra some extra funds in federally, Kalen DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, Greg Byrne, whoever, you do that, bro. You do that as well, quickly and swiftly, huh? Yeah. If you can get some donation shit, huh? Indiana getting a lot of major donations, homie. You hear me, huh? Heavy, bro. Yeah. You know, they getting donations from the Dallas Mavericks owner type shit. So Bama, hey, Bama, hey, play the game and look alive. No job, man, for real. But this is the state of college football. No way around it. You know, this is what it is, bro. Damn near pay for play. Damn near pay for play. Once again, you in the chat, like it up, man. Before I go into it and go any further, become a member of the channel, get exclusive news, information, members only lives, etc., man. It's only $3 heavy. You want the elevated version, the big skull turned up, $5, bro. But become a member, lock in with me, huh? You know I'm talking Alabama Crimson Tide football, Roll Tide. You know I'm talking Minnesota Vikings football, Skull Vikes, Skull Tide, Roll Tide, full of pride, forever. Win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. No cap. You hear me? Hey, shout out, MM McCree. What you mean, McCree? What you mean, McCree? I'm just being me, baby. You hear me, huh? Come on, man. Oh man, shout out my big dog MM Cree in the building, man. Heavy, man. Roll Tide full of pride, Roll Tide full of pride, you know. Y'all let me know how you feel about Isaiah Horton hitting the portal though, dog. Was it a just keep some money move, more money in the pocket move? We know Bama gonna have to sock it to some players. Bama gonna have to sock it to some players' pockets, no cap. Yeah. They're gonna have to go in them pockets, man. And like I've been saying, Bama ain't broke. You know, Bama ain't no broke school. They got funds. They got the Guapino. They got the Federale. Man, fans been buying merch, selling out games and shit. Bama better pay up, bro. Pay up. Put up or shut up. This is the portal. This is the state of college football. How good do you want to be? Nowadays, you got to build your team through the portal. You still recruit. You still dominate recruiting. But you got to build this portal, bro, with experienced players, but very good players. And right now, Bama's on the right path. Period, man. But this is a very important year for DeBoer. This is year 3. Year 3. No more saying this is not DeBoer's team. This is definitely DeBoer's team now, man. Right. This is officially DeBoer's team now, man. Yeah. All eyes on him for real. Period. And like I said in the last live, he's shown progression. Year 1, you missed the playoffs. Year 2, you're in the playoffs. So right now, you know, Kalen DeBoer, you lost horribly. It was a piss poor loss to Indiana at the end of the day. It's not the fact that you lost, but the way you lost. Unacceptable in any situation, any scenario. Heavy, dog, for real. No way around it. Look at it any way how. Inexcusable, dog. Your team wasn't ready. Your coaching staff wasn't ready. Your players wasn't ready. Nothing. But now it's time to bounce back, regroup. We've seen them make some major moves already. They're trying to identify more players and bring more players in the building, some linemen, etc. I'm gonna get into that as well. Oh yeah, we here, man. We here. As we know, Ole Miss and Miami play tonight. I'm pulling for Ole Miss just because I want to see the SEC win. They talking all this rhetoric about the SEC, and I ain't gonna cap the SEC. They got their ass kicked in bowl games this year. No denying that. How long we gonna sit here and say the SEC is the best conference? Now I would like to see some of these teams be in the SEC for real and play SEC ball week in, week out. I think it's different when you're talking about one game instead of 12 games, all SEC games, tough opponents. But the Big Ten and other conferences definitely have a case now, bro. I mean, the SEC went 2-7 again in out of conference bowl games. So what we saying here for real? The fuck going on around here? Heavy, bro. Early. But I will be pulling for Ole Miss tonight. Probably try to wrap this live up before the Ole Miss game. So we going you, but hey, we got plenty of time, baby. Plenty of time. Make sure you come in the chat, you like it up, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this live, dog, early. Like I say, support the channel, support the grind, become a member, man. For real. Work after work. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Roll Tide full of pride. Let's get it, man. Isaiah Horton out of that, though, man. How you feel about Isaiah Horton being up out of that, though, bro? Let me know quickly and swiftly. In a critical year for DeBoer, he seemed to be going all out. He should go all out, Bama boy. He has to go all out, Bama boy. This is year 3, my dog. This is year 3. It's no more excuses for DeBoer. And I hope he knows what he's doing with his coaching personnel, let alone your player personnel. What about your coaching staff? What about your coaching staff, DeBoer? As we know, coaches have been around here just because of DeBoer, just because of the relationship they have had with DeBoer. Even the likes of Nick Sheridan, no disrespect to him. I wish him the best at Michigan State, but we all know for a fact he held this offense back last year. We all know for a fact Ryan Grubb was one of the main culprits that the offense wasn't performing like it should have. We all know Ryan Grubb got too pretty at times, tried to get too fancy. One play can change the whole game. One play, it can be a negative domino effect or a positive domino effect. We seen Ryan Grubb try to get too pretty versus Oklahoma, versus Indiana. One of the worst play calls in history on 4th and 1 versus Indiana. You had no run game because he was so quick to come up off the run game, right? A lot of that was Ryan Grubb's fault. Heavy. Now, we know the O-line takes some blame. Ty Simpson takes some blame. It was an overall piss-poor team effort, bottom line. But at the end of the day, DeBoer, yes, you fix the errors. You fill the holes in your roster, on your roster. But at the end of the day, don't forget, DeBoer, you have to take a big long look at your coaching staff as well. And all this buddy, oh, I know him, he knows me, I've been knowing him for years, I want him with me. No, forget all that. Bring the best men in the building to coach these players up. And as we know, it's about player development. I don't care who you talking about, portal players, because a lot of these portal players, they can still be developed. They still have room to grow. You know, players like the player from SEC, Tompkins from USC, the linebacker from Virginia Tech, all great pieces, great acquisitions to this Bama team. But at the end of the day, can your coaches develop the young talent? Can you develop these freshmen, these sophomores, heavy? You still got to question Kane Wommack's defense. Even though defense was the strong point of the team, at the end of the day, you got to question this defense, bro. And Kane Wommack and definitely Ryan Grubb, O-line coach, etc. Some people give major props to the strength and conditioning. I'm checking that program out. You know, there's certain things in your strength and conditioning program need to be revamped. It's not just about lifting heavy weights. Like I said in the last live, can players move with that strength? Can they move around with that power? Can they move bodies, bruh? Do they have functional strength, bruh? You hear me? You know? Yeah. Heavy, bro. That's what it is. Period. No cap. So Kalen DeBoer needs to take a long look at everybody around him, players, personnel, etc., coaches, etc. Bottom line, bruh. Shout out Jonique shout out Ionic in the building. Shout out Ionic in the building. Heavy. What up, big dog? Hope all is well. You hear me? Feel like they open it up for Coleman. But Ionic, before I get into the article, and if anybody ever want to come up here, get on the live, say how you feel, but just make sure it's real. Let me know, man. I dropped the link. Once again, you want to come up and rock and roll with Big Skull and lock in with me, Roll Tide full of pride. Let me know, man, and I dropped the link. No cap. Every live, every day. Let's get it. Let's grind. Roll Tide. What the hell they talking about? They disrespecting the Tide? I'm going to get into some videos later. certain analysts, these so-called experts, saying it's over for Bama, saying Bama will never win a natty, Bama's piss poor, this and that, Bama's burning. A lot of kappa, a lot of people running their yappas, running their kappas, yeah. And I'm sure, and it's probably people, I'm sure it's people who've been Bama fans longer than me. You hear me? It's people who've been Bama fans their whole life, but who am I? Big Skull, the biggest, and I ride for mine, man. The hell going on around here talking about Bama ain't this, Bama ain't that. Come on, man. Tired of hearing that bullshit. It's over for Bama, this and that. Man, stop that cat, bro. It's just begun. Everything takes time, man. Everything takes time. Give the boy a little bit of time, bro. Give him some leeway. We talk about progress. That's what we as fans wanted to see from Jump Street, right? Well, we've seen progress. It's no debating that, right? Right. We've seen progress from the boy. First year, no playoffs. Second year, you make the playoffs. Third year, let's get to the semifinal. Let's get to the championship and win that bitch. Who says Bama can't be right there? Especially with the moves they made already in the portal. I understand we done lost a lot of players, but you got to ask yourself at the same time, were those players meaningful? No, maybe two were so far. The Keon Keeley was a big one, but you kind of replaced him with the guy with the dude from USC, Devon Tompkins. That's kind of a quick replacement. He has a lot of upside, raw talent, a lot of power, athletic, etc. So you're losing players, important players, but you're replacing players, right? And the players who have left, you got to ask yourself, did DeBoer want them to leave? I'm sure DeBoer has a vision for how he wants or how he sees his team in the future. You're talking about a coach who led a Washington team to play for a championship. They lost, but he was there. So I'm sure he understands what a championship team really looks like. So just cool, calm down. I understand we all mad at the way Bama lost, but you can't sit and dwell on that, baby. You hear me? Give the man a chance. Let him continue to progress. Now, if he comes back next year and he on some bullshit and they have a worse year than they did last year, then cool, boom, fire his ass. It's already enough. We know he's on the hot seat. He knows he's on the hot seat. Ain't no evading that. Period, dog. No cap. But get a man some time. Let's see how he finishes up in this portal. And let's see how he builds this team and this roster. Springtime comes around. Let's see how the team really looks. Come on, man. Let's get it. Heavy. Baloo time up for sure. Hey, Bama boy, let me know. Are you talking about Baloo? Is Baloo the strength and conditioning coach at Bama? Let me know, bro. You hear me? Heavy, dog. No cap. Roll Tide, bro. Shout out Derek Spencer in the building. Bro. Roll Tide. It ain't over. It ain't over at all. It ain't over at all, bro. And really, it might sound kind of bad, but the reality of college football is it's never over with this portal now. I mean, you take a team like Indiana, whoever thought Indiana would come out the woodworks, but the portal gave them life. Kirk Cignetti gave them life, right? Right. So with the portal, you can make major moves. You can change your whole team in one maneuver. You hear me, huh? Yeah, you can replace a superstar player with another superstar player with one big move, bro. No cap. Look at Cignetti. Look at what he doing over there round yonder. So the boy gonna be all right. Bama gonna be all right. And we in the mix, man. For real. Me too, bro. Fact. Shout out Derek in the building, man. Let's get it, bro. Heavy. And like I say, I've been a Bama fan since 2010 early. I know a lot of Bama fans, been Bama fans since birth, since kids. You hear me? Heavy, bro. You understand? I became a Bama fan 2010 when punk ass Cam Newton beat him, bro. And you see, I said Cam Newton. It was a Cam Newton victory, not a team victory early. So that's when I pick the side, bro. No cap. But when I'm with you, bro. And I'm the biggest. Early, homie. Heavy. And we know for a fact this is not the standard. It hasn't been a standard. But it's tough to live up to that Nick Saban standard, that Nick Saban era standard, bruh, in college football today. You can no longer sit on players. You can no longer build a team for real. You got to adapt to the situation. You got to adapt to the times. And we're going to see if Kalen DeBoer can adapt. It's going to be tough to build a dynasty for 6 years, bro, and win win 2 natties in 2 years and type shit like that. It's going to be difficult to put up Saban numbers, bro. You hear me? You could be looking at every year, you got a new team winning the natty. You can only hope that majority of your players stick around. You can only hope to find players that stick around for 2 years, 3 years in the portal, right? Heavy. Look at Isaiah Horton, prime example. I'm finna get into the article in a minute. Isaiah Horton came in very productive this year for Bama. Nobody expected him to hit the portal. No, maybe the draft, maybe. But the portal, who expected Isaiah Horton to hit the portal after 1 year? So you see how difficult it is to build a team, to keep players around, especially when it's things that entice them that's involved. It's no longer, change of scenery, hometown, weather, people. Now you're talking about cars, jewelry, materials, money, man, guapino, federale, fettuccine, linguine, women, all of the above, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jewelry, ice. Look at last year. Why the hell did Isaiah Horton punk ass leave? Money. What's the first thing Isaiah Bonds. What's the first thing he posted when he took his ass to Texas? Huh? Not because his heart told him to go to Texas. His spirit didn't tell him to go to Texas. It was the money. He was enticed by the money, period. That's the world we live in, dog. No cap. You hear me? What's the first thing Isaiah Bond posted in Texas, huh? Period. Before any football program shit, before anything. He posted a picture in what? A Ferrari, rolling, nightlife. You know what I mean? It wasn't about he liked Texas better or his heart led him to Texas. Hell to the no. No. He was thinking about the money, the materials, the temptation. It is what it is. Players got a choice and they pick a side, they pick and choose. Caleb Downs. How much did Ohio State give him? What did he do? He went to the bigger bag. And it's what it is, bro. And I'm sure, but now we see you pay these dudes too much money, you're damn near wanting them to crash out. Some of them are not mature enough in the mind, mentally stable to have all this money at one time, bro, and not crash out. Look at the situation with Kirkpatrick from Bama. Now, I don't know the full extent of the situation, but he was in some trouble, bro, doing some dumb shit. You hear me? So you mix fame, you mix popularity, you mix a little favoritism, a little politics. Players get the big head, get the feeling themselves. Oh, they can't tell me shit, bro. I do what I want to do. Oh, they make me mad? Fuck it. I can go here right now. I can go around yonder and get a bag, bro, and roll out this bitch, and can't nobody stop me. Just like the NIL. So the transfer portal needs some more some stipulations. Players should have to sign at least, I say, a 1 year, matter of fact, a 2 year contract. Depending on the player, I would say, because college football, after your junior year, you can go to the league, you can go pro if you're good enough. So I say you should have to stick with a team for 2 years, 1.5, something like that, bro. But we need something in the contract. So these college coaches are not put in certain predicaments every damn year. Early, man. Period, dog. It's a fucking game now. College football, it's not even college football, right? This shit is damn near semi-pro. You call this shit semi-pro. Mini NFL. And ain't nobody saying these players shouldn't be paid. They bring billions to these schools. Understandable. But at the end of the day, how much should they make? Are you trying to pay them? Or are you trying to break them, baby, early? Are you trying to reward them? Or are you trying to destroy them, baby, early? Because some of these players are not ready for these cars, these materials, this jewelry, all this shit that comes with it, bro. Period. And then you got to ask yourself, where is the hunger? After they get paid, is the hunger still there? The ultimate goal is still the NFL. They still gonna get a major payday playing in the NFL, being the best, playing amongst the best in the world. But some players probably lose their damn hunger, dog, for real. The hunger to play, the hunger to work hard, the hunger to train, the want to, you know? So all these factors we got to take into consideration when we're judging the board. Now, I understand I'm not excusing him. He evades no blame for his team not being prepared for that damn Rose Bowl game, right? Heavy, bro. No way around it. No cap. He evades no blame. That was a piss poor performance, piss poor effort, right? One of the worst performances in Bama history. He has to eat that. Boom. Take that on the chin. Quickly and swiftly. It starts with the board. It's his team, period. Bottom line, no cap, bro. Boom. But we have to take into consideration before we say fire the man, you know, what he's really up against. How is he really performing with the situation and the battle he's really up against? That's all I'm saying, bro. The standard at Bama is success. No cap. But why the hell y'all think Saban left early, dog? Because he knew what was coming. Yeah, Saban knew what was coming. Heavy. Saban said hell to the no. I ain't finna mess up my legacy over this pay for play bullshit that's coming around yonder. So he packed up, got up out of there. And Saban is still Saban. ESPN panel, getting his money, getting his bread, chilling, feet up in the sun, dog, in the shade. Heavy. Come on, man. So you think Saban left? Come on, bro. That's exactly why Saban left. Could he have kept coaching? Hell yeah. But after that Michigan loss, bro, he said, hell no, I'm out of here. I'm sure he probably talked to a few players, a few recruits, and they said, I need this amount with my money. He said, hell no, y'all got it. And he left. No, he put Bama in a bad situation, a tight spot, no cap. Heavy. You know, the way he left, crazy work. But hey, what do you expect, dog? This is the game now. Now, the question is, can Bama, Greg Byrne, Courtney Morgan, sock it to their damn pockets? You know, period, bro. Sock it to a player pocket. The hell we talking about around here? All this talk about Bama broke. Bama ain't broke. Since when, bro? Since when Bama football been broke? Since Saban came in that bitch, they ain't been broke in 2007. You hear me? I was peeping Bama then. They ain't been broke since 2009, bro, when they smashed Florida State in the SEC championship game. Easy work. You know what I mean? Bama ain't been broke even before then. Dealing with the lawsuits, all that. Being suspended, all that, bro. No cap. You hear me? Huh? Bama ain't no broke ass team. Yeah. Tuscaloosa, that's a big, a booming city, a college town. Are you kidding me, baby? As much money that football program get, that's the only thing in Bama. For real. You got Bama basketball, but that shit ain't start popping off to what? 4 years ago? And I don't even watch basketball for real. When Bama basketball get hot? When they hit the Final Four? 2 years ago? Bama football been getting bread, bruh. Fans been paying up, bruh, early. Yeah. Boosters been feeding the school, dog. You hear me? So all this Bama broke talk and they can't afford this and they can't afford that. Kill that noise, bruh. Poppycock heavy. Want to hear that BS? That's BS. Talking about Bama broke school, man. Get up out of here. They may not have as much money to play with as the Texases and the Indianas and Ohio States, whatever, but they can play ball. And like I say, you still got players who gonna come to Bama because that's what they wanted to do their whole life, right? Right. That's where their heart leads them. You got some players who won't be enticed by people in their ear. by family members giving them wrong information, by money, cars, jewelry, etc. So kill that noise, bro. Heavy. You hear me? You know what I mean? Be real, dog. Let's get it, man. But the entire time he's been here, the D-line and O-line has had no push. That's crazy, man. That tells you something right there about my boy. If your D-line and O-line has been getting weaker and weaker, even in Saban's last years, the O-line wasn't performing the same. The O-line wasn't dominant. They weren't dominant in the trenches. They weren't mauling people. They wasn't moving bodies. It wasn't murder ball, period. So you got to look at it full spectrum. And if Kalen DeBoer is smart, that's what he will do. If your strength and conditioning program needs to be revamped, then damn it, revamp it quickly and swiftly, bro. Period. How the hell are you Bama and your O-line is soft and weak? Huh? Since when, bro? Since when? Come on, man. People pick and choose, bro. We live in a pick and choose world early. Shout out Chris Camp in the building. Shout out Chris Camp in the building, dog. I'm done with DE, or I gave him a chance, but letting all our players that's supposed to come back as starters potentially, and they not replacing them with nothing but a few they've signed. Hey, man. I understand how you feeling, Chris Camp, but give us some time, bro. They brung some solid players in. I understand it's a long list. It's a long list. But how do we know DeBoer didn't try his best to keep some of these players, right? How do we know that they didn't try to pay these players and they just wanted to leave? At the same time, you know how you mad at DeBoer, Chris Camp? You should feel the same way, have the same energy towards some players. You know, if the players make the decision to leave, let them leave. If they don't want to be at Bama, let them go. Whatever the case may be, right? Whether it's they don't want to compete, they don't want to put the work in, whatever it is. If they don't want to be here, let them go. What can DeBoer do if he really tried to pay these dudes or tried to make them stay and they choose to leave? What can he do? Keon Keeley said he wasn't going nowhere. Mbakwe said he wasn't going nowhere. Then they switched up. So can we put all the blame on DeBoer? And at the end of the day, DeBoer might have personnel that he wants, you know? But Bama is still in play for some good players, bro. So let's see what happens. January 16th, all this shit'll be over. It'll be behind us. And let's see what the roster look like and where we go from here. But I understand people's frustration, man. A lot of players done hit this damn portal. And I repeat, a lot of players done hit this damn portal. Keon Keeley, major star. He probably should have got more reps. I like Noah Carter for real. He flashed in some games. I feel like he should have got more reps. Cam Calhoun, I love the way he plays. Heavy. He's a dog. Physical, aggressive, swagger. You know, I would have rather seen him out there than Damani Jackson. You hear me? Heavy. Damani Jackson, who can't tackle no damn body, being a senior, can't tackle worth a damn. So, yeah, man, you may have lost some players. You may have lost out on some opportunities. And you may be able to blame the coaches. You may be correct, Chris. But at the end of the day, let's see how it pans out, bro. You know, it's a long list of players that Alabama are identifying. I'm going to get to it in a minute. And what if they do get Cam Coleman, right? I'm asking you this, Chris Camp. What if Cam Coleman comes to Bama? Will you be happier? Will you be more satiated? And this is a direct question to the chat. Fire the chat up, bro. If Cam Coleman comes to Bama, the best player in the portal, allegedly, all the top rankings and athletics and news and ESPN, all this. Cam Coleman is the number one receiver, number one player in the portal right now. Yeah. So will you guys be happy if Bama gets him? Come on, bro. They landed a athletic freak at linebacker, athletic dude from USC. You know, got the tackle from Michigan. So Just let it pan out, bro. It's not over yet, homie. Heavy. Some of those players who left Bama, probably some of them didn't even have a shot to play. Just what it is, bro. For real, no cap. Respect to Chris Kemp in the building, bro. He say he been roll tide since early 80s, bro. Respect to you, salute to you, my boy. Heavy. Like I say, it's Bama fans who been long life Bama fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan since 2010. And when I saw in that Indiana game, I was mad as hell early. Inexcusable early. Heavy, bro. You know what I mean? But I don't care, bro. Win, lose, or draw. It's a lot of bandwagon Bama fans out there. A lot of fans who turn their back on Bama. Even fans who've been Bama fans their whole life. You know, but I refuse, though, dog. I refuse. You hear me? Heavy. It's easy to be a fan during the good times, you know. It's tough when it's rough, man. When your team ain't performing or producing the way you want them to. When the whole world talking about them in a negative light. It's rough. But that's when the true fans show up. That's when the real ones come out. Period. Just what it is, man. Heavy. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan too. So y'all know what it is. I don't know how many people in here in the chat watch NFL football or who your NFL team is. You hear me? You hear me, dog? Straight up. But I'm Skull Vikes forever. Roll Tide forever. For real. CFB need a no transfer clause, just like the NFL got for the no trade clause. Hey, man, they need something. They need something, Bama boy. No cap. Shout out Bama boy in the building, man. Real talk. Where that train that up in this bitch, bro? For real. You hear me? That's real talk, man. Real. One more again, man. One more again. You know? Players being able to leave after 1 year is too much. It should not be allowed. They need something in these contracts to change. It should be something in the contract that has to change, bro. It has to change, bottom line. You can't just leave year to year. Isaiah Horton shouldn't have been able to just hop up and leave after 1 year. What? Bro played 1 year and now he going to another team. How can you build a team? How can you be consistent with players being able to go whenever they want to go? You know what I mean? That's not even fair. It's not fair to your staff. It's not fair to the head coaches, to the organization, to the school. How can you consistently continue to build a team when players can leave after 1 year? It's cat, bro. For real. You know, period. You're paying the players already. Damn, bro. Help the coaches out a little bit. Make it a little easier for the coaches, bro. You hear me? I totally agree, Bama boy. I totally agree, dog. For real. It's getting ridiculous when players can just hop around after a year. That's too much. You should have to stay at least 2 years, period, bro. You still got 2 years, 1 year left of eligibility if you want to go pro after your junior year. But something got to give. Something got to shake, bro. No cap. It's already tough enough to keep players due to money and other vices, other teams giving certain material promises. It's tough enough now. Come on, bro. Let's stop this shit, bro. Heavy. Yeah, it is, but other teams are doing similar and winning titles, but not Bama. I feel you, Chris Kemp, but other teams may have more money to work with. You got to understand, coaches like Kirk Cignetti, Indiana had a lot of money to blow. Plus, Kirk Cignetti come from that Saban tree, and Kirk Cignetti is a great coach. DeBoer